Hi to hello, my friends. Hi to hello. Lester here, and I am out on the tractor, the John Deere, and what I'm trying to do is get all of this hay unloaded off of the trailer before we get inundated with heavy rains tomorrow. And it's not really a problem that your hay gets wet necessarily. You don't want it to if you can keep it. The longer you can keep it dry, the longer it'll last. But what I'm saying is, the way I have the trailer parked is it's going to be hard to get to the hay. It'll be hard to get to it and unload it here in the grass. Now, guys, I'm working with one hand, so y'all got to be patient and bear with me. I'm working with one hand. I got the camera in one, and I'm trying to drive with the other, and operating all of the levers and all of the bucket and all the things. So y'all just be patient, can you? But no, I am trying to unload the trailer. What I want to show you, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to drive over and show you the completed concrete pad for the horse stable. And those guys finished a couple of hours ago. Sam, he's with Concrete Creations, is the name of his company. He has done just a fabulous job. Such a hard worker, honest, and just a good man. You guys know how I always tell you to try to let your light shine. I say try because I'm the world's worst about letting my light shine all the time. But Sam is the kind of guy who his light is always shining. Seriously, his light is always shining, if you know what I mean. He, just a good man. And we ran across him a couple of years back. I forgot what was the first job. The barn. The barn over at Longhorn Lester's, the JL South property. And so we ran across Sam just by chance. We didn't know him from the next guy. We just tried to find somebody on Marketplace, I think, who would do concrete work. And then he and I didn't have much contact. But then the next job, when we used him again, was the funniest time, because that's when he's like, "Hey, aren't you that guy with the littles?" I remember that as plain as day. It was so funny. He walks over to me. He goes, "Aren't you that guy with the littles?" And I'm like, "The littles?" Oh, I felt so embarrassed that he would have said that. And I'm like, yeah, the littles, whatever. Anyway, supposedly he said his kids had been watching the channel for a while. And because his kids had been watching, he just happened to say, "Wait a minute, I know that guy." And I thought that was so funny, and such a small world, really such a small world. But no, so we've used Sam for the awning there where the RV is parked at Longhorn Lester's. Also for the barn at Longhorn Lester's. We used him to do, when we had the issue with the littles and all of the worms, the parasite issue, we had him come do that little strip over there. Oh, he did the greenhouse. He's done the greenhouse over there at Longhorn Lester's. I'm trying to think what all else he may have worked on. The greenhouse. I think that's all over at Longhorn Lester's. But then over here, of course, he's done the pad where we have our RV. And now he's doing the one where we're going to be putting the horse stable. So we've had Sam help us with several jobs, and it's always a pleasure working with him. He's just a wonderful man. Likes to bring his son to work with him, and so that's always neat. You have to admire that. Now, friends, I'll let you know if you got something going on, if you're busy, if you got other channels you want to watch, then by all means. I have 3 more rolls of hay we're going to unload, and then I'll just take you out in the tractor with me as we circle around, and I will show you the pad. I'm going to take the tractor because it has nice bright lights on it. And I'm not going to drive on the pad. I can't drive on it for several days. But I will be able to take you over and show you, because I'm so excited. But give me a chance to get this hay unloaded first. We have rains coming tomorrow, and the concrete will be fine. Not to worry. The concrete's going to be okay. We're not concerned with the concrete getting wet. It will have given it darn near 24 hours to cure. And believe it or not, this is something that you guys may not know, but I'll go ahead and tell you. You don't really want the weather to be hot when you're doing concrete. Now, you don't want it freezing cold either. And you certainly don't want it to be rainy, but concrete will cure a whole lot stronger if the weather's not as hot. So for everyone, I'm sure a lot of folks would be wishing we could have some hot weather to get this concrete to dry and, or they call it cure a lot faster. But in reality, we don't mind at all if it the way it is right now with our temperatures. All right, we got 2 more to go here. We'll be done, friends. 2 more, and we're done. And then I will drive over and show you all the pad. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a very nice horse stable. And I also want to tell you something else also. Now, I'm only saying this because of a couple of comments, maybe from the same lady this morning on my morning live, who was confused. And I think that maybe it's my own fault. So I'm calling it our horse stable. But guys, you know that it's not going to come with stalls already built in it. Stalls have to be done later. It's going to come like a shell. You've seen a shell home? It's going to come like a shell. All of the walls, all of the roof, but it's not going to come with stalls already in it. The stalls will be something that we'll have to do on our own. And whenever I say it's going to have 8 stalls or 10 stalls, that's really only based on how many stalls we're able to put into it. We could make the stalls, we could have fewer, but have them larger. And if we've talked about having one really large stall for Roman, that would be kind of neat. Or you could have more stalls, have them smaller. But I will know as much about that project as you will, and then I'll know it as soon as you do. We'll have to get a hold of the company and schedule that building, but we're going to wait until this concrete has at least a week to cure, and that's if, of course, depending on weather as well. They can't come put those buildings up in the rain, so we'll have to kind of look around at our schedule and our weather and see what everything looks like. But I'm excited to have that up. I don't think we're gonna have any more nasty cold weather this year. We've already had our snow day. That's funny. Yeah, you guys who are sitting there in the freezing cold, we have our snow day. We have our one day of bad weather, and we're done. And you guys got to deal with all that mess all the time. I'm glad I'm not you all. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some cool weather, but I like it when it's dry and cold. I hate wet cold. All right, one more, friends. One more roll of hay, and then we'll be done with this job over here. I want to thank y'all for joining me. This is the roundup, the nightly roundup edition. And when I say roundup, I kind of refer back to the Old West, whenever they would get ready to camp for the night. They would have their wagon trains, and they would pull all their wagon trains into a circle around their cattle. Now, many times those wagon trains that were heading west would always take a herd of cattle with them. The cattle would just walk along with the wagon train. The few cowboys would drive them along. And you know why they would do that? It was not necessarily so that they could have cows when they got there, but instead they would take those cows along with them to, this is going to be sad, cover your ears if you get sad easily. They would take those cows along with them to butcher and eat. Yeah, to butcher and eat as they make their way across the plains, headed out west. So what they would do to protect their cows overnight from, I guess, predators or from maybe the indigenous people is they would encircle those cows. They would have a roundup. They would encircle those cows and keep them protected amongst all of their wagons. Of course, cowboys would also go out and round up the cows that before they took them off to I don't know, the stockyards or whatever. So roundup is an Old West term, and I just kind of like to say it's our time for our nightly roundup. It just sounds catchy, it's cute. It kind of goes along with the whole Longhorn Lester theme and all that good stuff. So thank you all for joining me on the nightly roundup. Alrighty, okay, our hay is all in the barn. I think that we're good with that. We're gonna go ahead and drive the tractor out. Let me go ahead and put that down so y'all can see. Y'all wanna be able to see, don't you? If I put that down low enough, then you got my bright lights in the front. You can see better. Okay, let's go out and show you that concrete pad. I do not have any dogs with me right now. I did not want to bring any dogs because we did not want to have an issue with the dogs going out onto the concrete pad. So it's just me. Also, I took my son Lex back to his mom, and I did not want to have to drive all the way from his mom's place to Longhorn Lester's to grab a dog or two. My girls, I shouldn't call them dogs. I'm sorry, that's mean. I call them my girls, y'all. They're called my girls. All right, I don't think I have any brighter lights than what I have right now. But as we get closer, you'll be able to see. All right, so let me just flip this around here. All right, so here is our, let me just show you. Can y'all see okay? So here is the pad. Let's get out, can we? Now I wonder if I turn my tractor, I'll just turn it down, put it in neutral. Let's just get out and walk around a little bit, can we? I'm gonna put my tilt steering up, open that. Now, I have not walked on it yet, and I don't know if I should right now. What I don't want to do, so this over here was all the extra concrete. They just kind of poured it out to go ahead and continue the ramp. And then look at here what Sam did. Look at the lines he put, because this is the ramp that's going to be going up into the barn. And that's just amazing, y'all. It just looks so darn good. I'm so impressed. And then, of course, here is the structure. It's going to be structure here itself. Don't forget that this ramp that goes up will go all the way through. It's going to be the 12 foot, which is the dimensions of this ramp. I'm going to put my foot on this. I think it's okay. This is all concrete that he had left over. He just went ahead and poured here to continue our ramp on down. All right, so this over here will be a breezeway that goes all the way through. 12 foot. And then you have a 12 foot on that side, 12 foot on this side that goes all the way down. So I'm going to just take a chance here. I know y'all are saying, Lester, don't do it. You're saying, Lester, don't do it. Lester, you're an idiot. Lester, don't do it. Feels pretty good. I am not sinking into it. They've been done several hours, so I'm not really concerned a whole lot. Still going. Concrete feels solid. Now, it's solid for me. I wouldn't want to drive across it, but my 200 pounds is going to be fine. So over here on this side, I don't think y'all can see a darn thing, can you? Y'all can't see a darn thing. I should probably just wait till the morning. But anyway, stalls will be over on each side. And then this here middle will walk all the way down through it. We'll have a corner over here for our feed room, a corner over here for our tack room and our medicine cabinet. And so I am so very excited. Just cannot wait to see how it all looks when it's said and done. Now just notice, I did not do that. I am just getting over here. I don't know how that happened, but I did not do it. I don't even know what that is. It looks like concrete's kind of been scraped up a little bit. It may be loose concrete. Yeah, look, so the lines are still there. It's just something that somehow, see, the lines are still there. Whew. I want y'all to know I did not do that. I did not do that. Okay, well, we'll look at it again tomorrow morning in the daylight hours. That looks awesome, though. Looks really, really good. Okay. Thank you guys for walking out here with me. You know what I'm thinking about. No, I'm not going to drive across it. Don't worry. I will not drive across that. But what I was going to say is, I wonder if I turn and back up towards it, if we were able to see better, because these backlights are pretty darn bright. Look at that. Look how bright these lights are. They turn off when I'm backing up, I guess. Oh no, I turned them off maybe. There they go. There we go. How about that, huh? Yeah, my knee turned them off when I turned around. Whoops. All right, so no, there's no animals in this pasture right now. And tomorrow, I am debating, y'all. I'm debating on whether to move Rita and Roman back over here tomorrow. But if I do, I have to come out here first and put me some kind of a fencing structure around that. We do not want Rita and Roman walking across that concrete pad. Now, you could probably say, well, so they wouldn't do that. Lester, why wouldn't they have their Coliseum right here? Trust me, they would do it just because it's Rita and Roman. They would. Roman wouldn't want to do it, but Rita would. Rita would do it because she's just Rita. You guys know how Rita is. So, yeah, I do not, even though we're going to be having rain, I do think I should probably be smart and just leave Rita and Roman where they're at. They're going to be fine. It's not cold rain. It's just going to be rainy. And I do believe that Rita and Roman should probably just stay where they're at with the gladiators. They're eating fine. They're doing okay over there. And then I'll just give them time to have that concrete cure all the way. And then bring them over. What is today? Today Monday? Today's Monday. So maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, walk them back over. All right, well, that was that. Put that hay spear into there so nothing steps into it. And we're just going to leave the tractor sitting right here. Everything's good. We're neutral. Turn my lights off. Okay, thank you guys for doing that with me. That was a lot of fun. Don't y'all think it was fun? Now what we're going to do, I've already fed Barnadette. I've already fed all the babies. But what we're going to do now is let's go find us a baby longhorn, huh? Let's go ahead and do our actual roundup. Find us a baby longhorn, the one that goes by the name of Calamity Jane. Check on her. And then we will, I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I've always told you I'll try to do it in 30 minutes and get you back to your life. But for those that take the time to watch, thank you so much. We're so blessed. Oh, I put out another kid video today. I did that, y'all. I put out another kid video today, which I don't, you know what? Maybe I'm a little biased. Maybe I'm biased. But I do think that it might have been one of the most entertaining videos for the kiddos that I've done so far. I did something that I thought was really interesting. I froze an ostrich egg. That's right. I collected and froze an ostrich egg. You heard me right. And then in my kid video, guess what? All right, there's Tex laying right there with hay on his back. Let me go ahead and close this gate just in case. We don't want to have any escapes tonight. And so what I did was on my video, I actually got a mini chainsaw and I cut that frozen egg open to examine the inside of it. And so even though I may say it's a kid video, guys, I know that most of y'all are my age or older. I know my analytics, and I know the majority of you guys are 45 or older. There's a few of you who may be younger. Enjoy your youth while you have it. Enjoy your youth while you have it. And then there's some that may be older. You poor souls, you. God bless your souls. I'm just playing with y'all. But no, but for the most part, it doesn't matter who you are or at what age. I just think that there was something very entertaining, just so darn interesting about cutting open a frozen ostrich egg. So I would encourage you guys to go by and check that out. It may be called a kid video. And no, you're not able to comment on the actual video because you can't comment on kid videos. Look at him, covered himself up with hay. Boy, please. Like, it's not that cold. He's like, it's freezing out here. It's freezing. And why is he the only one in the entire barn? Why is that big galoot the only one in the entire barn? What does that tell you? That brute. All right, let's go find this little calf here. Tex is all bundled up there. It's cute, really cute. But he's already tossed some hay over on his back. Stay extra warm tonight. Now, it is chilly. Don't get me wrong. It's chilly. I'm actually wearing a lined flannel, or a flannel with lining. A lined flannel. Yeah, a lined flannel. All right, there's Mama. That's Santana right here in front of me. Where's my spotlight? This spotlight's not that great of a spotlight. I've had a lot better spotlights. But there's Santana. I do not see the little one. Yes, I do. Look at this. I think that little one is right there in that cluster of cows. We're going to go by and look, have a closer look. All right, so real fast, let me point them all out to you. Here's Reba. There's Dolly. There's Gracie. There's Black Nose. Let's see, the Black Nose. There's Black Nose. That's going to be Skinny Butt Pearl. And that will be Amber Rose laying beside Pearl. Over here I see Marilyn. That might be Norma Jean beside Marilyn. But there's also Jolene on the ground, Prince Willie Joe. There's Lord Grayson, who belongs to Gracie, and Santana. So the only one that I do not see for sure is that calf. But we're going to all go find it together. Where's that little munchkin at, y'all? We already know she's going to give me a hard time. And we're excited about it, aren't we? We can't wait to see the hard time she's going to give us all. And then I've joked because I know many of you guys have a son or a daughter, maybe a grandson or a granddaughter that has been a little bit of a hellion. Oh, there we go. Look at here. Look, laying right up next to the hay, the round hay feeder. There we go. I know it gets blurry when I zoom in like that. But there she is. She's laying right there alongside that hay ring, all snuggled up close to it. And not to worry, her mom's over here getting a bite to eat out of the feed buggy. And I promise you, Mom's watching her like a hawk. And it looks like Mom has maybe assigned Lord Grayson to also watch. Yep, here we go, watch. Let me turn this off. It looks like Santana has assigned Lord Grayson to be babysitter. Lord Grayson's like, I thought we had Uncle Chuck for that. Golly. Uncle Chuck is not quite there yet, Lord Grayson. He does a really good job as babysitter. And of course, Prince Willie Joe thinks he's all that, laid there by his mama. Prince Willie Joe, laying by his mama, thinks he's all that. Okay, so Lord Grayson is going up to babysit. He's going to lay down there, I bet you, beside that baby and keep her warm. He's like, you're fine. Don't be scared of the nighttime noises. Those are just crickets. You don't got to be scared of the crickets. And she's not. Mama's going to walk over and take care of her. All right, so everything is good in this pasture over here. Everyone's nestled down, snug, and ready for the night. Guys, no one's inside the barn with Tex because he just wants some alone time. He's just a man who needs his own alone time. So everything is good over here. I can zoom up and over, and we'll say hi to hello to the big fella himself, Mr. Chuck. I got a message today from Jeff, who says, hey. He didn't say it quite like that, but he goes, hey, I'll be more than happy to come down and help you load Chuck here before his procedure. And I says, Jeff, if you're serious about that, you let me know. We'll figure out, we can find a way to make that happen. And now I don't know if that's really a possibility or not. Jeff may have just been being polite and kind. I don't know. So do not, what you should not do, this would be very unbecoming is anyone tries to force that man to do that. It was a cute and sweet offer, but I don't need help necessarily. I know I can do it myself, but Jeff may have been just offering, or he may have sincerely wanted to come. But what you should not do is what do they say? Do not leave your lane. Do not be trying to get onto that internet and force that man to leave his job for several days and come all the way back down here. That would be very unbecoming of you. I will work that out with Jeff myself if Jeff is serious about doing that. I will take care of that. So what does everyone say? Stay in your lane. Do not be that person going on that channel trying to encourage or demand that to happen. Like I said, I will take care of that. Me and Mr. Jeff, we communicate, we talk, we chit-chat, and if we decide to make that happen, then we'll do it on our end. We don't need the encouragement of anybody else, y'all. All right. So let's drive over and have a peek at Chuck from this angle, from the other side. Then we'll swing by and say hi to our horses, our gladiators. All right, let's see. Looky here. There's old Mr. Chuck. Hey, buddy boy. Hey, buddy boy. He's like, oh, buddy boy. Now I'm buddy boy. You are my buddy boy. It's okay to be my buddy boy. Guys, I'm going to grab a couple of muffins. Now, I'm telling you right now, these are not his favorite. These are those diet muffins. And he's not going to like a diet muffin. He's like, what the hell? Why the hell you give me the diet muffins for? Now, he's going to eat it. He will eat it, but he's not enjoying it. Look, he just spit it out. He looked around behind him and spit the whole darn thing out. So look at him just spitting them out. Hey, you got to be sweet, Chucky. Oh, Chucky Poo. He goes, hey, I've been thinking about something. I'm like, yeah? Remember them girls from last week? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I think I might want another shot at that. No, sir, I didn't told you last week. It doesn't work that way. You had your shot. You had your shot, okay? You took your shot, and it wasn't a very good one. But I was just really thinking. I've been doing a lot of thinking. Yeah, and that's the thing. See, that's what every guy does. You get some alone time, like Chuck here's been by himself for the last couple of days, and they start thinking too much. It's not, yeah, don't overthink it, Chuck. It's over, okay? It's over. He goes, hey, he's like all of us, y'all. How many times have you wished you had just had yourself a do-over? Think about it for a minute. How many times have you ever wished that you could have yourself a do-over? In anything in life, not just when it comes to the ladies or to the guys, but just to have the chance to have a do-over with certain things. There are some things I wouldn't trade for nothing. I'm so very happy they worked out the way they did. But there are other things in life, and you're like, man, if I could just get me a do-over. Oh, I guarantee you Chuck would like to have himself a do-over when it comes to the ladies. All right, what's going on over here, it looks like Waylon is finishing up the leftovers from where the horses ate. Jenny Lane's helping out a little bit. There's Danny. There's Roman. So Roman and Rita's laying inside the barn. Hi, sweet baby. Don't walk over here. There's Roman and Rita. So I love what you're seeing here. What you're witnessing right here is Rita and Roman inside the barn with a lot of the gladiators. There is Danny. Danny, don't call everybody over here. So what I want you to see is you don't have to worry about Rita and Roman not having a place to go in the rain tomorrow. They're going to be fine. They'll all go in that barn together if they want to. Guys, don't forget, we're blessed to have, the barns here, but not every farmer or rancher has a place for their animals to go in inclement weather. So we're just very blessed for this. And, but I want you to understand that for those who were concerned about having bad weather and having Rita and Roman with all the cows, yeah, by day, Rita does like to sometimes pester and pick and play with the cows, the gladiators. But she's also knows that when it's time to find shelter, then she will share with everybody else. Now, I'm telling you right now, Roman's not going to like these. Roman's walking over, but he's not going to want these diet muffins. You want a diet muffin? Here, this is the diet kind. He's smelling it. He's smelling it. He's like, I don't want the diet kind. I want the fatty kind. Roman, just eat the darn muffin. It ain't that bad. Eat it and don't you spit that out. Okay, see? Yeah, this thing is nasty. It tastes like diet food. I know, it does. He wants the fatty ones. Now, guys, don't send any. I got plenty of muffins up there. But I was trying to go through this one box of the diet muffins. There you go. That's a good boy, okay? That's my good guy, y'all. He's such a good man. Just a good man. Just a good man, okay? You are a good man. I love him so much, too. I do love him so much. Yes, I do love him so much. Roman's a big guy. And I think that he'll be the subject of my next kid video. I have a really neat story to tell. And then let me ask you all this question as I make my way into read comments, okay? I'm going to ask you a question to think about. And you're all going to think about it before you answer. Don't just shout it out. Think about it before you answer, okay? And then I will walk inside the RV, sit down and read a few comments before I let you go. I know what you're saying. Lester, you promised it'd be fast. Barnadette, get back in that barn. Look at her over here. Barnadette, get back in that barn. She's out here exploring. Look at her. Barnadette, get back to your barn, sweetie. She's like, I'm trying to find the mice and eat them before they come into my feed room. Okay, sweetie. I get it. She's a good cat, y'all. She's a good girl, that Barnadette. Okay. So, the question I was going to ask you all is one I'm a little bit afraid to get the answer to. But, let me close this gate. Everyone knows that Jamie and I, mostly Jamie, a lot more than I, are having to make some really big decisions here in the next day or two when it comes to our wonderful Vu. Now, don't worry, I would never video it. But I'm trying to ask myself this question. I wonder if there's a kid-friendly way to talk about having to have one of your babies euthanized. I wonder if there's a kid-friendly way to talk about that. And now, granted, I'm not talking about 3-year-olds here, okay? And whenever you make a kid video, you can put on there whatever age group you think is appropriate for. And so before you just scream no, and I have no idea what you're saying. I do not have my glasses on. I have no idea what you're saying. But before you just scream at me, I want you to think for a minute about you as a child. And was there ever a time when you had to experience that, having a baby put down maybe, and do you wish there could have been somebody maybe come by and explain it to you? Maybe. All right. So a lot of people are probably going to say, that's not your job, Lester. It's a job of a parent. I don't know if you know this, but the reality of the matter is not every kid has that kind of a parent. So there are some who are, well, saying hard no. Others saying, I wouldn't. There's others who are saying absolutely. And then someone says, oh, no. No, okay, no, you don't show it. You're not showing the vet do it, y'all. That's not what I said. That's not what I was saying. Oh, my gosh. Why do I even... just ignore all the lighting. I know what you're gonna probably... You can't even focus, can you? I'll just take those off. But no, what I'm talking about is trying to find, and it's going to take some work. You just can't go out there and make a cheesy video, but trying to find a way to make it kid friendly, but understand that, like we always say, we're still talking about farm life or any life when it comes to our animals. And sometimes an animal gets sick, and you have to find a way to let that animal go to animal heaven or cross the rainbow bridge. So just to scream out or demand no makes you think to yourself, or at least it makes me question, why not? I don't know. I'm just thinking about it for a minute, and I'll be more than. I'm so curious to see what you're saying, but we don't have to be mean about it. So here we go. Raise of hands. Let's just show our hands. How many remember the first time you had to have an animal put down? My hand is up, and it was a long time before we were quote unquote farming. There were dogs that my dad, here's the first one that I remember. My dad accidentally run over a dog, popped its eye out. My mom will tell you the whole story. It was my mom's favorite dog. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. If you watch my mom's channel, ask her to tell you the story. It was her favorite dog she ever had. I think it's called a Shih Tzu. I do believe the dog is named a Shih Tzu or something like that. And my mom loved that dog, and that dog loved my mom. My mom, we couldn't afford to take that dog to have it fixed, but my mom would on her own do little ponytails and pigtails, and she would try to do her own grooming. My mom learned to cut hair on that dog. My mom loved that dog. But my dad accidentally run over the dog and popped its eye out. And I don't remember all of the details, but it was a really sad situation. All of us kids were just devastated. And the dog was alive, but obviously in very poor condition. And my parents made the decision to put the baby out of its misery. And so, we did that. Now, of course, we didn't do it with the vet and all that stuff. And before you scream and holler and yell and stuff, just know that we didn't have the money that it would take for something like that. And this was years and years and years ago. But oh, how it hurt my mom and how it hurt all of us kids. And none of us understood, why we couldn't just go get it fixed. But mom and dad made that decision. And that was the first animal that I remember us having to end its misery because it was suffering. And I don't know this for a fact, but I do believe that you already know that it's very likely that we'll have to go ahead and do this with Vu. It will be Jamie's decision, her ultimate decision. It'll be her call. But I'm just wondering, and I'm not looking for a video idea. Friends, that's so disgusting to think that, Lester just needs another video idea. I got tons of video ideas. I'm just wondering if it's an idea that you could actually find a tactful and classy way of making it kid-friendly, even though it's a subject that is not talked about. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I've never looked at it, kids. I never typed in crossing the rainbow bridge kid version. I have no idea. But it would have to be a video like that. But instead of having animated, it would actually have the real, in this case, horse. And it would go through all of the amazing, it would be a powerful video, because it would show the highlight, the glory days of Vu. And then it would also show some of the demise and the hardships. And then the decision making of having to go ahead and decide, And of course we would have it all backed up with all of the neat thermal imagery that Dr. Baker did yesterday, along with the x-rays that have been done. And I think I'm not going to take a poll. We're not doing a poll. I'm going to think long and hard about it. And, as a school teacher, what we did was every teacher tries to grab those teachable moments. Whenever you have a moment that may not be the curriculum may say, today you're going to be teaching the multiplication tables of 7 or whatever. And no matter what the curriculum says you should be doing, if it ends up to where you have a teachable moment, then my boss was the kind of boss who says, you know what, you snatch those moments and you can catch up to what the curriculum says you should be doing on your scope and sequence. But you grab those teachable moments and you teach. That's when you become a real teacher. That's when you leave the robot, today we're going to be conjugating verbs. No, that can wait. But if you have that teachable moment, then you grab that, because those are the moments that kids will remember forever and ever, and the ones that's going to help them learn to be more productive citizens. And just so you teach, y'all, you teach. And there's a lot of things that you have to teach that you got to do because of your curriculum calls for it. But you also have to grab those moments. I've had y'all for more than 30 minutes, haven't I? I think I'm just going to leave you on this little note over here. I can see this. Children need to be taught about life and death being a natural thing. I can't see your name, sweet lady. I think it says Patricia. And I agree. Now, I do remember when I made the Ivy is Sick video that there were a lot of people who, you can't comment on the actual video, but there were a lot of people who said that that's not what they want their kids seeing. And so I understand that not everyone has the same idea of reality as others. Some want a kid's channel to be nothing more than a true Walt Disney fun video, movie, or whatever. And then again, there's some who are still saying this is a parent's job. Well, I agree, it should be. But the only thing is, the reality is not all kids have a parent that takes time to discuss those things with them. Who would have thunk it? A lot of kids don't have a parent figure. They don't have role models at home. They don't have books. Times are very different, y'all. Times are very different. And I only say that from my 25 years of teaching to know that times are very different now than what they were when we were all younger. And I say we as all of us being probably close to the same age. Anyway, it was just thinking out loud. I'll be more than excited to go home and get in the bath and read for a while and see what you guys are saying and what your thoughts are. And then I'm going to think more about it. So, anywho, well, listen, I want to thank y'all for watching, getting that hay unloaded, getting all the animals fed up for the night. Barnadette's wonderful. The baby calf is good. We do have our barn available for if it does come a heavy rain tomorrow, everything will be fine. If it rains like hard enough and I'm afraid of flash flooding, then I promise you I will be here. I will be here to make sure we don't have anyone lost in a flash flood, okay? So, thank you all for watching. We love you so much. And we will talk to you guys on the next video. Thank you so much.